Welcome to Angular 8 tutorial, and today we are at session 12, which is on event binding in Angular. I'm posting this video after a long session to my channel because there were some personal work, and I was just out of the station. Okay, I really apologize that I'm just going to post so lately, but okay, good to go with, and let's begin with full of energy. Okay, so would be requesting to all of you, like, please go through my previous tutorial, like some of are like interrelated on the continuous to the previous one. So let's start with, okay, so like event binding flows data in opposite direction, that is from HTML control to component. Before going to this point, I just want to, you know make you understand what is an event actually. Let's compare to our real time situation or real time reality. Okay, what is event all about? Okay, when we are day basis, like we are talking, we are working, and some of are in a profession, they are dancing, okay, and they are doing some of activities, like it is called as action of a particular human being, okay, and that action again turns into a called event. Like when it happens, a command executes internally and it goes to our brain, right? And it executes, okay, okay, let's just move your hand towards your front. Okay, that means like your memory is utilizing this thing, and it is makes him understand like, okay, the command has been executed to, let's go for it, and just your hand to the forward, okay, just for handshake. This is something what you are doing, it's called an event. Like that, an application also dependent on some action, and that is called as event. And yeah, before going exactly moving into that point, what I just want to highlight here is event binding flows the data in opposite direction. So as of now, like whatever the video sessions we have been discussing so far is like one-way data binding, that is from your code behind to HTML. But this is something which will extend the functionality, that it moves the data in opposite direction, means HTML to your code behind. Okay. So when user performs as action, we are just discussing this right away, such as clicking a button, changing a drop-down value, hovers on an element, like if there is some text box, if you are hovers on, you need some text box to be shown, okay, why this text box is being used and why the text box is here. Okay, typing a text box, if whenever you are typing a text box, you want, like I am typing, let's suppose scam, then it automatically should uh, show the suggestions like what it can be, scam.net or maybe something else, right, which is your autocomplete control does. So how it can be done? Okay, so that is called some event which is listening in behind. Tick mark and checkbox. This is all the processes, the data, and this is the part of event binding. So event binding allows you to listen for a certain event such as keystroke, mouse event, clicks, and touches. Of course, when we are doing some action, it is coming. Okay, so this is the basic syntax. Definitely, I'm just going to write in code. Event binding syntax relies on event name inside a pair of parentheses. Okay, so how it can be? If you can consider here, there is a button. We have a button here, and it has an event binding. How it can be? Like as I told, click is nothing but the event name over here. And what is the syntax is all about? Left side we have an event name which is enclosed within a pair of parentheses, and right click what it is called the template statement, nothing else. This is your event and this is your template statement. Just let's see an action. So we are continuing with this same, we are having one app component HTML and app component ts. So let's do one thing, let's quickly create one button element. Okay, so button id, what we should give, okay, so btn click, and there should be one event called click, and I'm just enclosing within a braces so that it can be listened, it can be considered as event binding. Okay, and the event is supposed to call as on click. Okay, this is the event which is going to fire. right? Anything else? Yeah, I think it is all good now. And let's close it. Okay, so here you can see, it's called click me. Okay, so this is the button name. And now what we supposed to do? We need to just go and create an event name within the app component.ts file. So let's quickly create that as well. Okay, so here which is it is nothing is returning, so I'm just type given as void, and here I just simply want to return alert. Okay, so alert. Okay, button clicked maybe. Yep, button clicked. That's it. And just let's close it. Okay, so instead of like, okay, do one thing. Just use single quote. Okay, JavaScript mostly uses single quotes. Okay, that's fine. This is all good. So we have an event here. Okay, so this method to listen button click. Okay, that's it, right? So now quickly let's execute it and see in action. So what is the command to execute? Make it compile. The code needs to be compiled so that the transcript, this is all transcript code as we discussed it, will get converted into JavaScript because what browser understands HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so it is compiling and we are good to go with. Yeah, it's good. It's complete compiled successfully. So let's switch to the browser and we'll see. Okay, so we are at Chrome and just type localhost, okay, colon 4200. So that's the port we are running with, right? Okay, just enter it. Okay, so we have a button over here, guys, as you can see, and just upon clicking on that, I'm getting okay button click. So now it's all good. So the event is getting fired and we are getting the response as expected. Okay, so here you can see the above expression also can be written with one prefix called canonical form, guys. So this, we have two types of syntax basically, and here you can see when we are making use of the parenthesis and then right side the template statement is the actually Angular syntax we have, but there is an alternative if you are going for unprefix rather than going for the event within the bracket. So then you have to exclude the bracket and just mention like this on click, nothing else, guys. Right? Okay. Don't get confused between this two ID. Okay. So I just want to create one more button. Okay. So let's see on action. So here what I'm supposed to do. Uh, okay. So let me create one more button. Okay. And I will give one ID called on click. Okay. Just for understanding, name can be anything. Okay. I suppose this is what is there in name, right? According to Shakespeare. Yeah. So what will be the button name? Is canonical. Okay. Button. Let's give like this. Okay. Just for our understanding, I'm just giving a name, canonical button, and okay, there is event. I'm just want to trigger the same. So let's move into the browser and we'll see. So here you can see like when we are just saving, it is auto refreshed, guys. So this is something your event binding. And oh, sorry, I just missed that point, right? Okay, here we need to just change this. Okay, like canonical from on hyphen click, and you don't even require this bracket syntax. Okay, so just exclude and save it and go back to the Chrome. Okay, so here, sorry, there is some mistake. Just allow me 1 second. Oops. Instead of O, I have pressed a 0. Okay. Just a second. Yeah. Yeah. Now it should be good. Okay. So here, guys, we have a button and just clicking upon we are getting. So this is coming from canonical form and this is coming from the normal syntax or the general syntax we do have. So just to prove your these things, just go to the debugger tool of browser and just try to see what is there itself, right? Okay, sorry, element, I need to go to element, right? Okay, I don't need this thing, just go it, man. I don't even require your suggestion. Okay, okay, so here you can see, right? This is okay, the canonical button it is showing, right, guys? Okay, and that's it. If you will go to the source code of this, okay, and you need to just open it, and if you can uh, just what is the name, we need to tag get app component dot html. Okay, so here you can see we have one click, right? So that's it. So here you can see like we using this both the form we can able to test it properly. So we saw like, and let's consider one more example. What I just want to show, like event, as I told, like an event can be any type. We just checked one event is called button click event, and we are going to test the drop down change event. Okay, so anything you are doing, like you are typing, you are hovering, everything is event. So I just want to elaborate with you it details with one more example. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do before moving into, I just want to show like how it would be. So there will be one drop down we do have, and high details, when it is high details, okay, we are just simply showing name and age. And when it will be show details, it will come up with three more things. It's called employer and date of birth and address. Okay, so that's what, like upon changing the event it will hide, it will show the data, nothing else. So let's move into the code part. So at the first step, what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, let's stop the server. I just want to create one model called I drop down item. Okay, so for that we have the command. We have the Angular CLI command language interpreter, right? So command line interpreter. ng G for generate interface is the keyword to generate an interface. If you want to generate a class, it should be in short form C. In full form, it is class. So ng G interface, then model is something the folder and slash the file name. Okay, just hit enter and it should be come up with one .ts file, right? And this file we are going to use as a model class. So here we are good to go with, and I'm just creating two properties over here. Just a second, guys. So here I'm just copied. Actually, I already have written just for interest of time, nothing else. So I'm just getting two property, item value, which is of type boolean, and item name, of course. So you can guess, I guess, right? Item value is something, the value when we are selecting the drop down value, right? If the drop down item we are selecting, what would be the value for this selection? Okay, item name is something that will appear on screen, nothing else. So it is easy and good to go with. And now what I'm supposed to do here, okay, let me create the HTML part first, then we can go with the other references, right? Okay, so before moving into, I just want to have to BR, okay, the to break I required here, guys. So, okay, so let me put it all thing within a div, okay. So, div and just place at the end. Okay, so it's done. So here guys, what I'm do want to do, I will have one drop down as I shown in this image, one drop down, and below that there will be one table. So let's go and create. And as I told, just for interest of time, I have ready with this HTML coding just to save some recording time. Okay, so let's focus on this now. So here you can see I have one drop down here, and as you know, like drop down is listening to its change event. So there is a change event, and if you are going to want to use canonical form, you can have one hyphen change. Okay, so change, and there will be one method. Definitely we are going to create a toggle view, and we have option. And here what I'm supposed to do, right? ng for I'm using one structural directive, and I'm just parsing the item from there is one definitely one code behind storage. Definitely we do have. So from there, the wherever whatever the items we do have, just loop it and bind into the drop down, nothing else. Okay, and here the value I'm just rendering it item dot item value as we saw from the model class we just created, and here what will appear as a text, it is item dot item. It's as simple as that, guys. Okay, so then again a row break, and we have a table. And let me tell you what I'm doing over here. We are having one header called name, age, and respectively the properties. And where does it is coming from, right? So you must be thinking, where does it coming from? So it will come from again code behind. So I will discuss this just now. Okay, and here I'm using ng if directive, structural directive. If it is true based on that, it will show, else it will be false based on that, it will hide up. So that's why it is there, guys. Okay, so that show details, hide details, if you can assume this image, if it is show details, this 3 will come based on the ng, if will be true, else it will be false, so that this 2 row will come, nothing else. So this is all funda behind. So this is all about the HTML part, and now let's go to the its the .ts file, and let's do something magical. So okay, I have created this for properties to render the column data. So definitely we have this data hard coded, because I am not having the multiple rows, guys, as of now, just to elaborate this example. Okay, so what I'm doing, I am just stored some data. As you can see, you can find this in my blog, the entire code, everything. You can make use of the same while practicing. You can modify and do your R&D accordingly. Okay, so here I am doing just a tricky part, one full view a type boolean I have taken. Okay, so this is false initially, guys, and here what I'm supposed to do, uh, okay, I'm just as I told, there is a drop down item and there are two items. One is called hide details, then hide details when the item value is false, and when it is true, this is would be show details. Okay, so let me tell you how it is going to work. And definitely, and this variable of type, this model class. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do here, okay, so quick fix. Okay, and just import it, guys. So here you can see I have imported from the model. Okay, so that's it. So one thing left with is like, I just need to create this event, of course. Okay, so here you can see I have a full view, and initially I'm assigning it is false because the default value will be high details, guys. Okay, so now let's do something. Okay, toggle view, and here do something. Okay, so toggle view as an environment, and here what are we supposed to do, this dot full view, of course, equals, I just want to change this boolean property, whatever it is, simply write this dot full view and nothing else. So what it does basically here, so if you'll see, initially if it is false means not equal false means it would be true. If it is initially true not equal to true, it means it will render as false. So based on the selection, every in on upon every selection of this change event, it is going to call this one, and based on the current value it is going to reverse it, nothing else. Okay, and because it is going to call this toggle view, and if you go to the HTML part, here you can see I'm just rendering two values using this drop down options. Okay, and drop down options is nothing but this two. Okay, now let's run and just see the output. Okay, quickly, uh, ng-serve. Okay, it started compiling now. Okay, our thing is ready, and let's move to the browser and see the output. Okay, refresh it. Okay, so guys, here you can see we have high details. So as you know, like it is high detail, that's why it is showing two fields. Because initially it is based on the, okay, let me move to the part of it, and okay, here you can see this ng if. So here ng if, what it does, if it is false it won't show, and as you know, initially it is going to be false because I have assigned. When I will change it, definitely it is going to fire this event and not equal first in impulse. It would be true, so it will show this rest of the three rows as well, and the vice versa thing will happen. So let's go and check. Okay, now let's put show details. Here you can see it is showing properly, and if I open clicking hide details, it will hide, and open show data, it will show. So nothing else. It is simply listening the change event. Okay, so this is all about the how event binding works, and we are just making use of in a program to fire an event and to do the activity. So thank you guys, thanks for watching this video session. You can move to my blog for all of the text version of all of my tutorials, and you can move to this particular tutorial to get this text versions or this tutorial text versions basically. Okay, kindly I would request to please do subscribe to my channel if you found it is beneficial for you, and please also make others know so that we all can be beneficial. So that's the motto of my channel. So let's help together, and let's learn together. Okay, so I will come up with the next session soon, guys, and thanks once again for watching this uh, video session. So till then, keep smiling, keep sharing your knowledge with others, and keep learning because learning never has an end. Thank you.